Marcus had built Vanguard from scratch after years of struggle, turning it into a global powerhouse that dominated artificial intelligence and robotics. Despite his achievements, he carried an air of dissatisfaction. He'd always dreamed of raising children who would share his passion for hard work and grit. Unfortunately, his only daughter, Evelyn Sterling, seemed to be everything he wasn't: carefree, artistic, and disinterested in corporate life. Evelyn had spent her 20s traveling the world, painting murals in remote villages and teaching art to underprivileged kids. To Marcus, this felt like wasted potential. He often lamented to his colleagues about how Evelyn lacked the fire needed to lead a company like Vanguard. But Evelyn didn't care. She loved her unconventional life and saw no reason to conform to her father's expectations. One day, however, something shifted inside her. While scrolling through social media during a quiet afternoon at a cafe in Paris, Evelyn stumbled upon a viral post about employees at Vanguard Tech describing their grueling work conditions. Many claimed they were overworked, underpaid, and treated poorly by management. Some even accused the company of fostering a toxic culture where creativity was stifled. Horrified, Evelyn decided to return home, not to confront her father directly, but to understand the truth behind these allegations. She wanted to see for herself what kind of environment Marcus had created. And so, with resolve burning in her heart, she made a bold decision. She would apply for an entry-level position at Vanguard Tech, using a fake name and credentials. Her goal? To witness firsthand the inner workings of the company and uncover whether the rumors held any merit. Lila Harper. Evelyn submitted her application online, carefully crafting a resume filled with fabricated experiences designed to land her a junior role in the marketing department. It wasn't long before she received an email inviting her for an interview. Nervous yet determined, Evelyn arrived at the office dressed in simple attire, blending seamlessly with the other candidates waiting nervously in the lobby. Her interviewer turned out to be Gregory Kane, a senior manager notorious for his abrasive demeanor. As soon as Evelyn walked into his office, Gregory launched into a barrage of questions, testing not just her knowledge, but also her ability to think on her feet. When Evelyn hesitated or gave vague answers, a result of her lack of real experience, Gregory grew increasingly impatient. "You don't seem very qualified," he sneered, leaning back in his chair with a smug expression. "Why should we waste our time training someone like you when we could hire someone better?" Evelyn swallowed her pride and forced a smile. "I'm eager to learn and willing to put in the effort," she replied diplomatically. Gregory scoffed. "Effort doesn't pay bills here, sweetheart. Results do." Despite his hostility, Evelyn managed to secure the job. On her first day, she quickly realized why employees complained about the workplace culture. The hours were punishing, the workload overwhelming, and the hierarchy rigid. Mistakes were met with public humiliation, and promotions seemed reserved for those who kissed up to higher-ups rather than demonstrated genuine talent. Evelyn struggled initially, feeling out of place among colleagues who viewed her as incompetent. One particularly humiliating incident occurred when she accidentally sent an email meant for her team to the entire department. The message contained a typo that made her appear foolish. Within minutes, screenshots of the email circulated throughout the office, accompanied by snide comments mocking Lila Harper. Even worse, Gregory took every opportunity to belittle her in front of others. During a team meeting, he singled her out, saying, "If you can't handle basic tasks, maybe this isn't the right place for you." His words stung, but Evelyn refused to let them break her spirit. Instead, she doubled down on her efforts, staying late to improve her skills and offering creative solutions whenever possible. Slowly but surely, her persistence began paying off. A few co-workers started noticing her dedication and quietly offered support. Among them was Noah Patel, a talented graphic designer who became her ally. Together, they brainstormed ideas to revamp some of the company's outdated marketing strategies. Their collaboration caught the attention of upper management, earning praise for their innovative approach. But Evelyn knew her journey wasn't over. She still hadn't uncovered the root cause of the toxic culture, and she suspected it stemmed from somewhere much higher up the chain. Act 3. The Revelation. Just as Evelyn began gaining traction in her role, tragedy struck. Marcus Sterling suffered a sudden heart attack and passed away unexpectedly. News of his death sent shockwaves through the company, leaving employees scrambling to figure out what came next. According to Marcus's will, control of Vanguard Tech was to pass to Evelyn, a fact kept secret until now. When Evelyn learned of her inheritance, she faced a dilemma. Should she reveal her true identity immediately and take charge, risking backlash from those who might resent her privileged position? Or should she continue working undercover to gather more insights before stepping into her new role? Ultimately, she chose the latter. For the next week, Evelyn continued operating as Lila Harper, observing how different departments reacted to the leadership vacuum. What she discovered shocked her. Many mid-level managers exploited the chaos to push personal agendas, while others manipulated vulnerable employees for their gain. The same toxic behaviors she'd witnessed earlier intensified, without Marcus's iron grip holding them in check. Determined to fix the mess, Evelyn finally revealed herself during an emergency board meeting called to discuss the future of the company. Walking into the conference room, she introduced herself as Evelyn Sterling. The rightful heir to Vanguard Tech. Gasps filled the room as executives exchanged stunned glances. "I've been working here for weeks under a false name," Evelyn admitted calmly. "And let me tell you, I've seen enough to know that this company is broken. We prioritize profits over people, fear over innovation, and ego over ethics. That ends today." She outlined a bold plan to transform Vanguard Tech, focusing on employee well-being, fostering creativity, and implementing transparent policies. To prove her commitment, Evelyn announced she would slash executive bonuses and redistribute funds to improve wages and benefits for lower-level staff. She also vowed to promote based on merit rather than favoritism. Predictably, resistance came swiftly. Several board members argued that Evelyn's reforms would jeopardize profits. Others accused her of being naive and inexperienced. But Evelyn remained steadfast, leveraging data she'd collected during her time as Lila Harper to counter their arguments. Her final move stunned everyone. She appointed Noah Patel, not Gregory Kane, as her chief advisor, citing his integrity and vision. This decision sent a clear message. Loyalty to toxic practices wouldn't be rewarded under her leadership. Over the following months, Evelyn worked tirelessly to implement her changes. She organized town hall meetings where employees could voice concerns without fear of retaliation. She introduced flexible work arrangements, mental health resources, and mentorship programs aimed at nurturing young talent. Slowly but surely, the atmosphere within Vanguard Tech began to shift. Employees noticed the difference almost immediately. Morale improved, productivity soared, and turnover rates plummeted. Even skeptics couldn't deny the positive impact Evelyn's leadership had on the company. Under her guidance, Vanguard Tech launched groundbreaking products that earned accolades worldwide, solidifying its reputation as an industry leader once again. As for Gregory Kane, Evelyn ensured he faced consequences for his abusive behavior. After investigating multiple complaints filed against him, she terminated his employment and replaced him with someone committed to fostering a supportive environment. 1 year later, Evelyn stood on stage at an awards ceremony, accepting the title of Most Innovative Leader of the Year. In her acceptance speech, she reflected on her journey, from being humiliated as an entry-level worker to inheriting the company and transforming it from within. "I learned firsthand how destructive a toxic workplace can be," she said, addressing the audience. "But I also learned that change is possible if you're willing to listen, adapt, and fight for what's right." This award isn't just mine. It belongs to every person who believed in our mission and helped rebuild Vanguard Tech into a company we can all be proud of. The crowd erupted in applause, cheering not just for Evelyn, but for the brighter future she represented. Years later, Evelyn's story became legendary in the business world. She proved that leadership wasn't about power or privilege. It was about empathy, courage, and a willingness to challenge the status quo. By walking in her employees' shoes, she gained invaluable perspective and earned their trust. And though Marcus Sterling never lived to see it, Evelyn fulfilled his dream in her own way. She led Vanguard Tech not with the same ruthlessness he embodied, but with compassion and integrity, creating a legacy that inspired generations to come.